He's a man eyeing for the African Union chairmanship position.
I'm here as the African lion.
He has managed to maneuver through the African continent in his attempts to convince the African heads of state to vote for him as the new African chairperson.
But you may call me also Baba.
He has received the backing from the state led by President William Ruto and the Prime Cabinet Secretary Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, who is also the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs in the country.
Kenya's candidature is informed by our leading role in enhancing and sustaining the Pan-African agenda.
This is a man who has served the continent as a special envoy for infrastructure and development and now eyeing to lead the African continent as the chairperson, in which elections are set to be done on February 2025 after this seat was declared vacant by the committee in charge of the African chairmanship position elections.
It is the launch of the Raila Odinga for AUC chairmanship.
This is the story of none other than Raila Odinga, the Kenya's second Prime Minister.
Mimi Raila Amolo Odinga naapa kwamba nitakuwa mwaminifu kwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya na kuitumikia kwa moyo wangu wote, na kwamba nitahifadhi, nitailinda na kutetea katiba ya Kenya kwa mujibu wa sheria iliyowekwa.
Born on the 7th of January 1945 at Maseno in Siaya County, in the family of the Kenya's first Vice President Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Raila Odinga rose from academia and proceeded into taking the political lineage that saw him rise from being a member of Ford Kenya Party, which experienced a widespread decision between Odinga and Michael Kijana Wamalwa as the two were eyeing to lead this giant opposition party after the death of Oginga Odinga in 1994.
Wamalwa Kijana is no longer chairman of Ford Kenya. Okay? Ford Kenya is now going from henceforth to be led by a caretaker committee. Before engaging in tough, rough and bitter tussles, Odinga had initially participated in the Second Liberation in 1992, leading a team of young Turks agitating for the removal of Section 2A of the Kenyan Constitution that was championing for Kenya to be in a single-party state, which bowed to Odinga's team demands, and his clash with Michael Kijana Wamalwa in Thika Stadium gave him a huge political mileage in his political career.
Through civil disobedience, we will deny Ruto the taxes he thinks he can extort from us by force. Let us embrace tax boycotts. Let us deny Ruto the fuel tax by limiting consumption of petrol and diesel. One way to do this is to carpool.
Odinga's energy and strength in politics catapulted him into becoming a member of parliament for Langata constituency from 1992 to 2013 after he unsuccessfully contested for presidency in 1997 but became third as the then president Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi was announced a winner and sworn in as president for the third time.
Mimi Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi.
He joined hands with Moi and folded his Liberal Democratic Party, after which he decamped to KANU and became KANU's Secretary General, a party that experienced a huge split ahead of the 2002 general elections after Moi announced Uhuru Kenyatta as his successor in the party, and Odinga led a huge walkout from KANU's Delegates Conference, which was held at Kasarani International Sports Center in Nairobi.
Yule ambaye anaweza kuendesha kupeleka wananchi kama vile mimi ningependelea wananchi kuongozwa ni Uhuru Kenyatta.
Odinga later joined forces with the then opposition party leader, the Kenya's third head of state Emilio Mwai Kibaki, leading to the formation of the first coalition party in the Republic of Kenya, which was the National Rainbow Coalition, abbreviated as NAC, after a power-sharing deal was brokered between Odinga and Kibaki, in which, in this agreement, Odinga was set to take over the Prime Minister's position just in case NAC won the general elections, but Mwai Kibaki failed to keep this word after NAC won the general elections in 2002, but instead, Odinga was appointed by Kibaki as the Minister for Roads and Infrastructure, which saw the modernization of the Kenyan roads, the Thika Superhighway, the Outer Ring Road, the construction of Marsabit, Isiolo Moyale Road, among other developments.
Yeye ndiye alikuwa Iniesta wetu,
na mimi nikawa Fabregas, nikampatia na akapiga ikaingia.
Mr. President, you will leave behind an unassailable legacy that will change the fortunes of this country forever. And to you, my brother Prime Minister Raila Odinga, thank you. Thank you for standing strong and running the marathon towards a new constitution with such vigor and determination.
The 2007 general elections would later catapult Odinga into a position of the Prime Minister after a power-sharing deal was brokered and Kibaki became the president, a move which promoted the development of schools. The formation of Kenha, which was placed in charge of highway constructions, among others, brought peace and harmony in the nation, leading to the promulgation of the new constitution, bringing to an end the use of the independent constitution.
Do swear that I will always truly and diligently serve the people and the Republic of Kenya in the office of the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya.
And that I will protect and uphold the sovereignty, integrity, and dignity of the people of Kenya.
Odinga announced his bid for the African Union chairmanship position on the 15th of April, a decision that was supported by the former Nigerian head of state, His Excellency Honorable Olusegun Obasanjo.
It is also actually appalling to see young African people drowning in the Mediterranean in search of greener pastures out of the continent. This is something that can also be reversed.
Those are the ones that can get to the Mediterranean. Some perish on the Sahara.
Yeah. So before they get to the Mediterranean. But all the same, the fact is that they end up all dying. It's a tragedy that ought to be reversed. And because of all these considerations that I am inclined to accept the challenge. Should the leadership of Africa want my services, I am ready and offer myself to be of service to this continent.
His interest to lead the continent caught the attention of the state, which declared her full support to Odinga's bid, basing on his experience in leadership after having led the continent as a special envoy for infrastructure.
To assist in making the case for Honorable Odinga's candidature, I also unveil the Secretariat, which will be led by Kenya's Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary, Korisingwe, and Ambassador Elkanah Odembo. It will also include a diverse membership drawn from 5 regions of the African Union. The assignment we are called upon to undertake at the African Union Commission is the work of all Africans, for all Africans, and a noble cause to bring our peoples and nations in touch with the promise of the glorious future we all deserve. A new chapter in our common journey has begun. We shall travel on this road to freedom and democracy, stability and security, peace and prosperity with all our people, all our leaders, governments, and with all our partners throughout the world. And I'm happy that the global community is represented here by our ambassadors. We take this assignment very seriously, and we have entrusted it to our most capable steward. On behalf of the people of Kenya, I wish the Honorable Raila Odinga success as he makes his case to be elected as the chairperson of Africa Union Commission.
Odinga was later launched as the Kenya's candidate for the African Union chairmanship position at State House in Nairobi, which was attended by 4 heads of state and former heads of states.
I am highly indebted to each and every one of you, heads of state, leaders of delegation, and friends, for taking part in this.
Having served the country in different positions, one as a member of parliament for Langata constituency, he went ahead and became a cabinet secretary in different governments. Later, he became the Kenya's second prime minister. Odinga was later appointed a special envoy for infrastructure in the African continent. He is now seeking to take over the African Union chairmanship position. Will Odinga manage to convince the 54 heads of state in taking over this position? The correct answer will come 2025 on February. Davis Karani, GBS Digital Political Stories, Nairobi.